Welcome to this week's episode of Car Stars and Roll Bars. I'm Mike Kinney, your host. Each week, we talk about the cars, the culture, the people, the collections, and one of my personal favorites is anything to do with NHRA. And when you talk about NHRA, I love the pro categories. And when I go into pro categories, to me, there's nothing better than Top Fuel. And today we have the pleasure of Antron Brown being with us, AB Motorsports. To give you an idea, he's not like a Johnny-come-lately. About 71 NHRA wins, 55 Top Fuel wins, and he's approaching 800 career round wins. But before I brag on him any bit more, we've got a video that even does a better job. Hold on to your hats. We're going to Top Fuel.
The Top Fuel Final. This is for the championship. Antron Brown is the Top Fuel champion. A long wait for the very likable Antron Brown. Steve Torrance was a day late, and he's going to be $1 short. It's Antron Brown on a hole shot. 3.759 seconds, 315 miles an hour. Tough, slight hole shot, but Antron Brown wins again. Antron Brown do what Antron Brown do, and that's pick up another national event win. Well, the comeback trail for Antron Brown has been a long one, it seems like. A race that all of us have waited to see this man win again, and he just did it.
Dang. I'd love to start every show that way anytime I can get Top Fuel in the house. Mr. Antron Brown, welcome aboard, brother. It is fantastic to have you on our show this morning. How you doing?
Feeling good, feeling good. It's good to be on the show. You know, just get energized. The start of season's right here in front of us, and we just can't wait to get started.
And I got to tell you, I've got a big 36-inch monitor in my office. I want to thank Ted Yerzik, and he's a great guy, man. Sent me all these cool clips. I kept running that one, and Mary walked by it, and I'm just sitting there grinning. I got the volume cranked up. So, yeah, it was making my day, brother.
That's good stuff, brother. That video gets you energized and gets you ready to rock and roll. You know what I mean? That's one of those deals that you get just motivated when you watch it because you see everything that's happening in the background, the pit area. You see the guys getting the car together, and we're just ready to burn a little nitro and go 330 plus miles an hour.
Yes, sir. I tell everybody that's not been in NHRA, much less Top Fuel, I said, when you get up to the tape, they fire the car, you can't hear, see, or breathe for about a good 30 seconds. It changes your life.
Yeah, it does change your life. That's how I got so. That's how I just fell in love with the sport, period, to be honest with you.
Oh, yeah.
And when you get around it, it will electrify you and light you up for sure.
Light you up for sure. We got a few pics of the racing category we're going to pull up here. We can kind of talk through those, Antron. And so here we are, and it's interesting that everybody's kind of doing the streamliner, and you're underneath the canopy, right?
Yes, absolutely. And that's the new design right there. And
Yeah.
I tell you what, that's actually was designed by JFR, John Force Racing.
Yep.
The enclosed driver compartment.
Yep.
And that thing right there, man, I tell you what, is like a Air Force fighter. And you can see the low profile. We're definitely in a new era where you can see our Top Fuel dragsters have evolved from being an open driver compartment to enclosed. And you see right there, we're actually burning the good years up a little bit, doing a burnout where we actually heat the tires in.
There you
to
go.
get prepared for us to run down the racetrack.
I think we got a shot coming up, a little bit of the fire coming out of it too. So these are always like the up close photos like that. And it comes out really, again, it gives you that sense of just the power that's associated with this.
Yeah, well, you're talking about an engine that makes close to 12,000 horsepower. We're like 11,000 and some change.
Yeah.
We make over 16,000 foot-pounds of torque. and it's just ridiculous in what we do. You know what I mean? It's part of what we do, and a lot of people don't realize it. Well, hey man, how's the G's off the start line? Well, we only pull about 4 G's off the start line, like 3.8.
Right.
But then once we get going and the clutch goes 1-to-1 about 550 feet, we will pull close. We'll pull either at 6 G's or a little bit over 6 G's. It depends
Really?
on what kind of run that we're making.
Wow. Unbelievable. I think we got a couple more picks here. And yeah, so here's a pick, probably one of the, everybody knows this guy.
That's
and
the
I've
man
had,
right there.
Yeah, I've had the pleasure of being around John for many years, and I'm sure you share the thought. Many things I like about John is one of them, the way he reaches out to other racers and kind of help them in their career and make sure they're aimed the right direction.
Well, absolutely. Well, John's just John, and he's been the head of our sport for so many years. And I just always looked up to him. He's always been one of my heroes because
Yeah.
not just from how he wins and how many championships he's won, it's just his work ethic. People don't realize that about John Force. That man is an insane worker. He never stops working. He never stops thinking. And he's constantly all over the place. And that's how he's gotten to where he's at in his life right now, is because he's paved the way and made a legacy for his family, for his daughters,
Oh, absolutely.
and even for his grandchildren, because the man, he works. And that's one thing
Yes.
I took from him and applied it into what I do in drag racing. I just put my head down and go to work.
Absolutely. And now, there's lots of different awards going out there. So
Man, right there.
what's up with this one? Obviously, you're in the winner's circle.
Well, the cool part is you see the guy standing next to me. That's Manny Bajinga. He's been racing Pro 275. He's a multi-time champion in those types of classes, and he's racing Pro Mod this year, and he's been nonstop, brother. He's just a really,
Wow.
really close friend of mine, and he gave me a chance to drive his championship-winning car at the Snowbird Nationals in Bradenton, Florida this off season.
Wow.
And that car name is Fred, and Fred, and it's hilarious right there, man. Where you could just see it, and I love it. I love it,
Oh,
and
yeah.
and that was a blast. And it was a lot of fun to do that.
Absolutely. That's a great. And so, just in case people aren't aware, you've been fairly successful in your NHRA career. I think you're up to like 3 of these right now.
That's 3 of them. You see me sitting there holding and everything else. You know what I mean? That's what makes it really, really cool right there.
Oh, yeah.
Is that you could see that right there where, that had to be like 2017, the beginning of the year 2017.
Right.
That's after we just won our 3rd championship. And we came close several other times since then. But now we're looking to put that 4th up there, brother. We're working on that 4th for this year, without a doubt.
And I think you're going to be well on your way at the rate you're going, man. It's coming out really strong.
Well, we're working on it hardcore. Trust me.
Excellent.
Trust me.
And now, for the viewers, this is like the latest version of the car, right? Those are great looking graphics, man.
That is this year's car, and
Yeah.
that's launched. Matco Tools designed that car right there. That's what makes it so special.
Oh, yeah.
And I love the colors right there, man. That's a different color for us. That's that gray and silver, and you can see on the front
Yeah.
where it says "Dream Job, Live the Dream." That's
Yes.
for all people who wants to become distributors.
Absolutely. Yeah. Rick, go ahead and pull us up both here together because that is a gorgeous car. And I tell you, I've been a fan of Matco Tools for a long time, man. And I tell everybody, Matco Tools are pretty cool.
We love Matco Tools, man. Matco Tools is the one that's got us in this deal and has got us going right now. And we've been sponsored now for them. This is going on 15 years with Matco driving the flagship Matco Tools Top
Beautiful.
Fuel dragster. And that's what we got actually going on. And
Beautiful.
we love it. We
Yeah.
love it.
And for the viewers later on, because anybody that's been to an NHRA event, you kind of get close to the tape, quote unquote, you might get an autograph. We're going to talk about an opportunity to where you can literally be inside the pit, up and close and personal with AB Motorsports. So stay tuned towards the end of the show. Now, we got to talk about your team because the drivers like yourself, justifiably, everybody knows who you are by your face, and you're on the cameras doing the interviews, but you got a huge crew around you as well, and obviously you can't go anywhere without your crew, all the great support they provide you. I think we got some pictures of those as well. So for the viewers, so this is not like your average 2-car garage, right, Antron?
No. So that's the 2 race rigs sitting side by side with the race car out.
Yep.
And this is our area back at the shop where we prep. And on the other side of the second race room, the trailer door up, is not parked right there, but we also have our hospitality truck and trailer also.
Perfect.
So we have a lot of this stuff all together, ready to go. And it's just getting it all together, working it, and it never stops. It never stops. And but the thing about it is that this is what you got to do. That's back in off season before our stuff was all stripped. You can see it all stripped right there.
Yep.
So we're getting everything together, and you can see in the pit area there was hard work at it where they got the new body on the car, just getting it all together, and that's what makes it all happen.
And I think we got some shots coming up with some of the people that help you through all this as well. There you go. I mean, so for the viewers,
that's the winner's circle at the U.S. Nationals, man, where we won the biggest deal of the year right there. And that's just a special event right there. You can see my wife standing next to me, my crew chief, Brian Karate, Mark Oswald, Brad Mason, Chris, Shearhart, and all of our whole team, man, that makes it happen. That's right there, all those people right there. And then we have some office staff. That's not there included. We have about 3 more people here in the office. And, man, I'll tell you what, I've been very blessed to have just a great organization, a great group of people that we do this together.
That is so cool. When we talk about hospitality, well, this
Billy
is
Joe and Ash.
Yeah, it's going to be the smiling faces that say howdy and welcome you, right?
Yes, we love it. We love it right there. That's really a really good group of people right there, man. And I tell you, that's what welcomes everybody. That's my daughter with my wife hugging.
I absolutely love it. So, and we got some more videos coming up, but before we go there, because a lot of the times I like to throw in, like who is your mentors and all that. And when I look at my notes, I imagine your dad, Albert, and your uncle Andre, they kind of influenced your career path with this. Is that a safe statement?
Yeah, they've been in racing for a long, long time, and before I was even born. And I got to grow up around the sport of NHRA drag racing ever since I was a kid, and I was around my dad and uncle, and they still race to this day. My dad's the crew chief, my uncle drives the car, and they sportsman race, and they have a blast, and that's what they live for. They live for it. They love it. They love the speed, and they love racing.
Yeah, and I started drag race when I was about, I think, 15. It's just so addictive. And again, I want to thank Ted years ago, your team, for helping me out. He and I were talking early on, and one of the things that just fascinates me with NHRA too is how approachable drivers like you are with the fans. They can actually get up close and personal and say howdy to you, and you go out of the way to make them feel special.
Absolutely. Well, that's what makes our sport so special. Because if it wasn't like that, I would have never been in our sport to do what we do. You know what I mean? I got to go see my heroes like Big Daddy Darn Garland, Kenny Bernstein, Mark Oswald, Don Perdome, all the big names in our sport, and John Forth. And when you're able to go see them and touch them and go around them, you're like, man, I could be that one day. Yeah. And that's what makes our sport so special in NHRA drag racing, is just literally just accessibility.
Absolutely correct. Okay, but we've talked about, look at my notes, we're talking about winning the national. I think the phrase we always use is the big go, right? And for the uninitiated, this is like winning the Indy 500 in the world of NHRA. There's candidly, I don't think, a bigger event. The field is huge. And so for the viewers, check out this video. Hey, Rick, hit the play button, buddy.
2 drivers we have here are different people than when they started this year. Antron Brown, the team owner, the man who has brought this team to the level they're at right now, trying to win a 4th U.S. National. Brittany is seeking her first. It's Antron 033, and at the stripe, it's Antron Brown. 3706, 321.65, a tremendous final. 39 thousandths of a second. He was 33 on the starting line. Fuel final is off the blocks. A 2,000s margin between the two of them, and Antron Brown has won his first race as a team owner. His first race of 2022, and he has picked up the 69th victory of his career. But boy, oh boy, has this team made a U-turn in performance. Ashley cannot hold his head very low, but Antron better be holding his high because these guys are on fire right now.
Dang.
That's a video right there.
Yeah, that's got to be the one, right, man? All your highlight reels, if you will, that's got to be high on your list.
That's a special moment right there, brother. Just to win a race, but when you win the U.S. Nationals, you have done something truly special. And we've done that a few times with our team, and man, I tell you what, it never gets old. It never gets old. It's such a huge, special race, and that's when everybody shows up to show out. And just make it to qualify for that race is a feat, because we had over 25 cars or 26 cars qualifying for a 16-car field, and then to go out there and go 4 rounds and bring the win home, brother. It's one of those moments that, you know, you got to pitch yourself, say, was that real? It was real in that video. And you can see all the hard work with the guys in the lanes, the crew chiefs making the calls, everybody being instrumental doing what they need to do. That's what speaks volumes when you see that video. I just think about all the work that we put in, and it just came to fruition right there.
And I have the pleasure, I'm going to be doing some work. So I also do a little bit of stuff on culture for different organizations. And now we're taking in the motorsports for race teams. And I tell a lot of my clients, I says, go check out what some of these teams do in NHRA. Because in your case, you guys, you're like this big giant family. And AB Motorsports, I think the way you like to look at it is A to B Motorsports, right? Versus just Antron Brown Motorsports.
Yeah, it's not Antron Brown Motorsports at all. I mean, we literally called it AB Motorsports. It's not. It doesn't stand. It's not initialized or nothing. It's just simple AB Motorsports. And
you go.
It's all got different meanings to it all together for me. And A to B means AB means that we're family. Period.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And we're the top of the class. You know what I mean? And the one thing about it is we like to do anything that we do in life. We do it with one team, one mind, one purpose, and that's going A to B. And no matter what you choose to do, you go on a track, go A to B. If you're going to the airport, A to B. If you're on a business call, make sure you hit A to B. You get what I mean? And
I love it.
And that's our motto. And that's what we live each and every day. And that's to put our best foot forward and be the best versions of ourselves each and every day.
I love it. Viewers, take notes of all this because this is the real deal. And one of the phrases you've coined before, I'll make sure I get it right: family, partners, and relationships.
Oh, absolutely.
Perfect.
Absolutely. And I always did that. Like I'm a very God-fearing man, so it's God, family, and fun.
Yes, sir.
That's what I tell people. GFF. They say, what's that mean? God, family, fun, brother.
Yeah, in that order, you bet, man. Because when you got God in your corner and your family's with you, everything's going to work out.
Absolutely. And even it just makes it a lot easier to get through the tough times, because it doesn't mean everything's going to go smooth, everything's going to go easy. No. Life's going to have bumps. They're going to have battles. You're going to have triumphs. You're going to have defeats. You're going to have everything. And the thing about it is, if you just stay grounded and keep yourself neutral and go in that fashion, it's never a bad day.
You're going to have a bad day. We talk about fans. I think we got a couple of pics of them because, again, NHRA. So there you are. You're heading back towards it. You're probably going back towards the pits after a run. All the fans are grinning. And again, you're going out of your way to wave to them, just idling down the pit road.
Absolutely. And you see me sitting out there, and you're always got to – let me tell you something. This is the thing. If you love people, you'll get love in return.
Yes, sir.
If you don't have time for them, they won't have time for you. And things are so simple in life, but yet people make them complicated, right?
Isn't that the truth? Now, okay, for the viewers, if you look really hard in this giant mass of people, I think Antron is doing some autographs.
Yes, it's actually cold. You actually see me standing there, I think, with a jacket. Is that me with the jacket on?
I think it's you got our back to us with a jacket or the hoodie on.
Yeah, I got the blue with the hood on. Yep.
Yep.
A little chilly outside. You see me out there. All the fans are gathered around.
Yes, sir. And you're making time for it.
Setting up our pit area or something like that. Yep. Yep, I remember that. Look at it. Yeah, they're all gathered around. This is me hanging out with a lot of our Coast Matco distributors and their
Oh,
family,
beautiful.
having a good time. Our boys from Northern California up there, and boys and girls up there. You see them, the whole families, their wives, their kids,
Oh, that's
and
cool.
just them having a good time, man. It's great people.
And I think that's another great reason to be part of the Matco Tools family. You get opportunities like this.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely, and that's what it's all about. The thing about it is that's what it's got us going, and what makes us so special each and every year is that
Absolutely.
we're able to work together, do the things that we love, and you don't
Yeah.
take it for granted, and
You
that's what makes
appreciate-
our sport so special.
Okay, before we jump, because we're going to talk about family, but before we go there, I always, because we're kind of a something about hot rodding type show. So when you're not in your very zippy Top Fuel, what's your favorite hot rod to drive?
Oh man, I got a lot of stuff, man.
I'm sorry, man.
I ain't got my dream car. I haven't got my dream car yet, but
What's that?
I definitely got. I want to get a '67 Nova.
Ooh, there
And
you
I want
go.
to make a retro ride out of it, driving on the street. And I want to
Sweet.
have that thing sitting with about 1,200 horsepower in it. And I want to drive it on the street. And I
Yep.
want to drive it and have some fun with it and take it to the strip. But it's going to be a nice looking car. You know what I mean? So
So what
it'll be
else you
good.
got? What else you got in your stable right now of favorite hot rods?
Well, I right now I got a Toyota Supra that I
Cool.
have a little fun with that can go to quarter mile in 10 seconds.
Ooh,
They got a new deal coming out that people don't know about that they're going to launch here soon, and everybody's going to hear about it. But it's pretty cool. And then I really like it because the car is just a smooth looking car.
Oh, yeah.
And then I driving my brand new TRD Toyota Tundra, TRD Pro pickup truck.
Whoa,
Truck
that's a
is
ni-
really,
that's
really
a-
sweet.
that's
with
a nice
digital,
truck,
digital
bro.
camo on it.
yeah. And
It
what-
hits. It's got 440 plus horsepower too. I like it.
And for the viewers, stay tuned. Later on, we have a little video of Mr. Brown and kind of learning some of the really incredible facts of the new Toyota trucks. Before we go there, hint for the viewers, and also we're going to be talking about the pit side experience. Well, my brain's gone south this morning. Hey, Rick, I think we got some pictures of family as well we could pull up and chat. Now, I think, is that Miss Billy Joe?
my
Mize?
wife.
There you go.
Yep, that's my wife, my beautiful wife, Billy Joe.
So how long you guys been together, man?
Man, we've been together for about 25 years. We've been married for 22.
There you go. There you go. Now there's the shot, right?
Yes, that's all. That's me and Billy Joe with the three musketeers. You got my daughter Ariana, my
Yep.
son Anson, and Adler right there.
Very, very cool, my brother. And we
Yes,
we got one more
love and
shot.
brother.
Now for the viewers, this is Junior Dragster. I always call them JD cars. So your sons are I think your daughter was getting in the JD game as well, right?
She raced. She aged out,
Yeah.
and now she's dancing professionally for a living now. She dances and sings and as a professional entertainer.
Wow.
And my son Anson and Adler, they're pulling up the ranks. Adler's still on junior dragsters, and Anson's in big cars racing.
Woo, very cool, man. I am digging it. So okay. So for the viewers, to give you an idea, because Antron is very approachable, I'll assure you that. And some drivers, they're a little bit reserved, kind of when they're not on camera, quote unquote, or away from the pits, having to sign autographs. Well, we have a video. I want to thank all the folks at Toyota for helping us out. And you're going to see another side of Antron. Hey, Rick, let's click that play button.
Hey, buddy. How you doing?
Man, what happened last night? I remember hearing about those new Tundras, and then after that,
Drivers, let's talk about horsepower. These next generation V6 models are really showing some impressive numbers. Meet the new iForce. It's a 3.5 liter twin turbo V6 cranking out 389 horsepower.
Now that's not enough.
The new iForce Max will get the job done. It's a 3.5-liter V6
twin-turbo hybrid with an incredible
437 horsepower and 22 miles per gallon.
You want some horsepower, Antron?
That's incredible! This thing is the
Should not have said that. Ooh.
Oh, my head is pounding.
Yeah, man. You're hungover on horsepower.
Wait, we hit the strip?
Yeah, you could say that.
It's Vegas, baby. Let's go! My neck. Did we go out dancing or something?
And then you insisted on taking us to a Vegas show.
So, what are we doing tonight?
Hey, well, dude, well, thank you so much for sharing that and let us run it. And you've got some octave range there, brother. That was pretty impressive.
Yeah, I do. I'm one of those comedians, you know what I mean? But it's part of it. And and the cool part with Toyota, they let us be ourselves, and we had a lot of fun with that. Man, filming that deal, that was a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
And the folks at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway, obviously, they're got great hospitality there to help you out. And you got to be able to take advantage of the 4-wide. Yeah, nice shots, man.
Yeah, it was good. It was good times. And the funny part was seeing all the people when we were on the strip, doing the different stuff, and also when we were coming out the hotel. It was hilarious, and all of them were standing and waiting. And then all of them wanted me to sign autographs for them, and it was hilarious. It was very, very funny.
I absolutely.
It was very, very funny.
I love it. And so before we jump to, we're going to talk about that pit side experience. Before we go there, one of the people we have in common or big fans of is Lee Beard. And because I've been chatting with Lee and via email and stuff, got to get him on the show. And I think he really kind of helped you aim the trajectory of Top Fuel, right? Back in the day?
Lee was the one that came and got me first.
Perfect.
And the relationship started off great, man. He saw me working in the shop all the time. And if it wasn't for Lee Beer, man, I owe him a lot for taking a chance on me and giving me the opportunity to drive and race for him. And it was a true blessing to get in a car and race like that. And he taught me so many valuable lessons, and I will never forget that till this day. And he definitely was very instrumental in everything that we've done, and to this point. And I have a lot to be grateful for. He's the one that took me to David Powers and talked to him, and Tim Buckley, and let me join the team and come aboard. And the rest has been history. And without that, I don't know where I would be at this time.
And I tell you, for our young viewers, catch what Antron just talked about. He was working in the shop, right? He's there doing his best job every day, and this guy goes, I think this young guy might have something going on. And you won't brag on yourself, so I will. I think you pretty much just slapped the Frank Hawley Racing School. You kind of got every ticket punch you needed to first time out, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
and Frank was very instrumental in that too, because I was driving his car, his alcohol car, but he's telling me the differences of a fuel car and an alcohol car. That I won't need to do this, I wouldn't need to do that, just to do this and do that. And I was a student, and I went home and just reversed the stuff in my mind over and over again. So when I get into the race vehicle, I understand what's going on, so I can practice and understand the gist of it.
Very cool. Excellent. And I think with Lee, he was very complimentary. The first couple of times you got in the car, you had some serious reaction times, if I recall correctly.
Oh, it was a blast. Yeah, Lee. That's one thing I work hard on, man. I work hard to lead first, and and that's part of the game.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
You got to get every advantage you can get, and you just keep on working.
Yeah, because when you're getting like a 30 reaction time, that 0.3 something, you're kind of on it, as my granddaddy would say.
Yes, it is. And got to be on it strong.
On strong. Before we close, we promised we're going to talk about the pit side experience. So we got a couple of pictures we're going to pull up here. So if you check out the website for AB Motorsports, you're going to find this location on this pit side experience. We got a shot behind it. And this is for myself and a lot of the people that will go to an NHRA event on the next picture. You get a sense, man, look at all these people sitting there having a great time. Looks like they got good food, right? But boy, how could I go in there? And Rick Godin pulls up together. And so it's interesting. So in conjunction with Matco Tools, people have the opportunity to actually get this pit side experience.
Yes, and that's
Cool.
part of what we do. And the pit side experience is basically that's all of our area to entertain all of our guests
Yeah.
from all of our partners and sponsors. So if you're a Matco Tools customer, you can come. If you're
Whoa.
a customer of Hankster's Metalworking Coolants and Solutions, they have passes they give to their customers. The same thing with FEP and
Beautiful.
FMP folks out of up there out of Minneapolis, Minnesota, and they're a strong component of our hospitality and
Very cool.
with the
Wow.
verified and proven products that they produce. The same thing with Toyota and Summit Racing and all of our other great sponsors that we do have, and Streamlight and Sirius XM Radio. It's a
Beautiful.
wide open fan experience for them.
So this is, again, for the viewers, this is equivalent, when I was talking to Ted, I like the phrase, look at my notes, similar to being in the dugout for Major League Baseball, right? You are truly in the middle of it. You see everything going on. You probably have a chance to say howdy to you, maybe some of the crew members. And when they fire the car, you're there, man.
No, it's just like you say, it's completely interactive where you're sitting
Yeah.
right next to the car and you can see them and see the crew guys tear them down between the runs. And then also they have a chef prepare meal with a lot of different activities inside the pit, from cornhole. So like you're out at a barbecue
Nice.
setting, and then they also have a reaction time tester that we do that.
Cool.
And we have a lot of fun little games and prizes that we do also, where it helps them feel relaxed, comfortable, and they're in an environment that they can see racing and motorsports, and then they can come back and forth to the stands as they please.
Yeah.
Where they're not just stuck in the seats up there in the hot sun. They can come back and forth in the middle of summertime, and they can enjoy everything. And it's like a VIP access pass that's for all of our partners and their customers.
I love it. And I think the fire department coffee folk, they're taking care of all of your coffee needs, right?
Yes, and
Yes.
FDC, they are a brand new sponsor that just came aboard, and I tell you one thing, they're just really, really great people, and they're keeping all of our partners energized, as I will
Cool.
call it. And they have a lot of cool new products, and it's something to be said. If you've never seen it, they have it local in a grocery store, and they actually give back a lot of proceeds
Yes.
to all of our, first responders,
responders, yep.
and our firefighters, and
Yep.
it's a great,
Excellent.
great program, and they're just great people.
And so before we jump off that, I think another option that people they can send an email to tickets@antronbrown.com as well if they want to learn more about the pit side experience, right?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely, and we can always steer them in the right direction.
Perfect.
And everything else. And a lot of them don't even know they're a part of our partners, or they end up, if they want information also on how to become a Matco Tools distributor.
Perfect.
We have a lot of different options, and that's why you like to go to our website at antronbrown.com, www.antronbrown.com, and you can see us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and everything else, and we take care of all your needs.
Excellent. Well, before we say goodbye, because I always like asking this question of Top Fuel, for our viewers, let's say they've never been to an NHRA race or been close to Top Fuel, what is it like when you hit the loud pedal?
It's hard to explain that. The thing about it is everybody answers that question, and the thing about it is like watching a space shuttle take off.
Nice.
If you've been by it and saw it in person, you go, wow. If you watch it on TV, totally different. Just you see it just take off.
Good
So
point.
TV does our sport no justice. If you come out and see it in person, you will feel it.
Yes.
It's off car alarms miles away. It's number 2 on the Richter scale. It's loud. And I mean, it'll hit every one of your 5 senses that you have, and it'll be an experience that you will know and never forget for your whole entire lifetime.
I love.
Guaranteed.
When we were filming at SEMA, one of the racers was telling me, says it's equivalent to you're at a stop sign, you get rear-ended by a locomotive.
Yes, yes. Yeah, we don't want people to be scared. It's not that type of trauma, but it
Right.
is that type of trauma for us to take off if you're sitting inside the race car.
Yes, exactly.
That's not what the fans feel. The fans will feel the roar and
Yes.
thunder. Like we'll bring you to a thunder and lightning storm. The lightning's the car going down a racetrack, and the thunder is coming out the exhaust pipes that you feel in here.
She's getting it on. Well, Antron, we can't thank you enough for being on the show. You are going to smoke all this in 2023. You've already been, look at my notes, you guys were at Gainesville just a few days ago in early March, kind of testing the car a little bit. And you got a race coming up like March 6th and 7th. You'll be out there doing some testing. You got the Gator Nationals coming up at mid-March. And usually we do Evergreen, but we got to give a shout out to the Fox people, right? So they're going to have from noon to 3 Eastern Standard Time on March 12th. And all my viewers guarantee, man, we'll be cheering for you, brother.
Well, we appreciate it very much. And everybody stay tuned because the race will be live.
Yes,
and
it will.
We start out there on March 10th. 11th and 12th, that Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We qualify Friday and Saturday, and then we race on Sunday. So we'll be live coming at you on Sunday, definitely on Fox Network.
All right. Well, brother, we can't thank you enough for being on the show. I know you're going to have killer reaction times. You're going to continue to stockpile your Wallies. God bless you and your team, and you have a great weekend, man.
Thank you. You too, my friend.
All right, babe. Bye-bye. Wow. Yeah, Antron Brown, AB Motorsports, what a great way to have on the show to kind of kick off NHRA this year. Guarantee you we'll be having other drivers. Make sure what's going on. Subscribe, like, and share everything we're doing, and let all your friends know about it. And until next time, enjoy the ride.